Alright, Shalom Akim. Want to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Harakak Wadash. Double honors to my elder apostles, a great millstone, who rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the Akim and great millstone, pushing this truth throughout the four corners in these last days. Shalom. Alright, and got this video right here. It says, things just got worse. Evictions, job loss, let me scroll up. Homelessness, what will you do when this happens? All right. And the men of the Lord, beginning with the elder apostles, a great millstone, been on down to the least of us, been telling you people that this is coming. All right. But only the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel is only gonna believe in that warning and return back to Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. We're gonna watch a couple minutes of this.
Barely going to be able to pay for an apartment, plus your food, plus your water, plus your electricity. This is the new America. The new America where the majority are going to become homeless or they're going to become renters. The day of owning things and being happy are nearing an end. This is a calamity that is unfolding before our very eyes.
Like a tree being hacked down. All right, that's how Babylon the Great is falling. All right.
Talked to her about what she was doing because one of her main concerns was being a burden, and there has already been a little bit of conflict, and that sort of conflict is something that you and your family need to prepare for today. You see, as we have a home, there's an innate biological instinct in us to run that home, in a certain way. And I'm not talking a dictatorial tyranny, anything like that, a dictatorship, no tyranny, nothing like that. But we have a certain way that we like to run our home. And other people, and I'm sure you know some of them, can be slobby. They can have completely different ideas about when dishes need to be washed, when clothes need to be folded or put away. They can have vastly different ideas from yours. So there's some conflict already. There's another problem. As soon as you bring more than one man into a household, and it doesn't, I guess we need equal rights, right? Maybe the woman is the one who wears the pants, so to say, in the household.
And all of this going to ultimately fall apart. You trying to help out these people trying to help out a friend or whatnot, bring them into their house and shit. And then, when all hell break loose, and there's no more food and no more electricity and none of that, they're going to start killing each other. It's in the scriptures. All right, yo, high school friend, a guy you go to work with and all that, you trying to lend a helping hand, in the name of Caesar Borzel, thinking that's gonna get you blessed and stuff, and you get knocked off with the sword.
As soon as you bring in another conflicting personality, there's going to be problems. If you don't have a good understanding of a path forward and a way to move through those conflicts,
it ain't gonna be no understanding when food shortages hit, when it's a famine of food and power outages, there ain't gonna be no understanding.
You are setting yourself up for huge failure. And then what do? You take a lifelong relationship between friends and family and you throw it down the tubes because it started out as somebody just wouldn't put the dishes away. It ended in somebody saying something out of their place, maybe about how a child was being reared, or maybe about how something was being done, or a relationship opinion, something like that, from an outsider coming in. Now
we might not watch the whole thing. Hopefully he go ahead and hit the points that I want him to hit, and then we're going to get the scriptures.
Got the makings of a break in that relationship. Kelly and I already have these rules down on paper, and I'm sure that many of you have even been forced into this sort of position yourself as you were growing up. Maybe you were just relationship and still staying with mom and dad, or figuring things out on your own and co-sharing an apartment or something like that, those days are over for this new generation. People don't even know what it's like to consider the future. They're so stuck, and that's where you hear all this. Live in the now.
The future of Babylon the Great, America, is destruction.
Live in the present. That is an escape mechanism, because it's true that the future is not set in stone, but they don't even plan for it anymore. We're witnessing an entire shift in multiple generations that's sort of contagious, it's infectious, driving its way up the generational tree so that all generations are stopping their planning for the future. This creates dependency, this creates a need for governance, and that's exactly what corporate America wants to see. That's exactly what corrupt America wants to see. The day of capitalism allowing you to have an American dream and get ahead if you just persevere, that's almost over. I hope it's not all the way over, but we're on the end, and this happens with every
It's over.
fall of an empire. It happens with every fall of a currency, with every fall of an economic system. This is very cyclical, just like extreme heats that we're seeing right now, just like you see rashes of floods happen across countries. These things might not happen every year, but they do happen, and they are cyclical. And the United States of America will one day no longer exist.
That's why the scriptures say rejoice. The scriptures say rejoice ye heavens, and let me get it. So the men of the Lord, and the angels, we rejoicing because it's the end of Esau's rulership and wickedness on the earth. All right, it's lucky, moving too fast. It's a Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, so-called white man, is coming down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. All right, so we rejoicing. Hate being here. All right, and Esau knows what that the elites of Esau they know that the so-called UFOs, which are chariots of Yahweh Shemel Shah, that they ain't coming back, to play games. They coming back to take Esau down. All right, and deliver the elect of Israel. All right, and once Yahweh Shah Mashiach cracked them clouds, it's over with for Esau. I'm gonna go back.
It's just a fact. We might not want to think about that because we're here for our 100 years if we're extremely lucky, if we've won that genetic and all-around livelihood luck.
The scriptures tell you, except those days should be shortened, no flesh should be saved. All right, because Esau, the so-called white man, is a virus. All right, on the earth. You can't straighten that which is crooked. So he gonna forever be fucked up and wicked and evil. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. The crooked serpent. All right, that old serpent.
What's that 100 years compared to the 1,000?
It's like you.
The changes are upon us. These generational infections, diseases of people not wanting to get ahead. She's really
he going on and on.
prepared with a backup plan. She's bound people who have taken her in, who have offered her a house, a home over her, shelter over her head. And so she bounces every 2 weeks to a new house to try to relieve that burden, but try to make sure that they know that she is putting in her weight there. So she's doing extra things there, picking up chore taking, picking up animal caretaking, picking up things from the grocery store, making sure that she buys her own things that need refrigeration. She's not taking away from the house's groceries. She tries to cook all of her meals in easily prepared ways that don't create a mess. She still does the other family's dishes. Still.
Alright, we pretty much get it. The title says it all. It says things just got worse. Evictions, job loss, homelessness. What will you do when this happens? Alright, and unemployment. The unemployment checks about to be cut off. Alright. So let's get to it. You know, cause Esau like the bullshit and not get to the point. Alright. But got these two precepts with a whole lot of meat in them. Alright, this Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Alright, and that's before Jacob's trouble. You should be seeking the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, alright, before hell break loose. Alright, so you get that Isaiah 33:6 in you, you know. But only the hopeful elect is going to do that. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. All right, and that's, you know, you want to get this truth before the famine of the word hits. All right, so you can have the that armor, have the armor of Yahweh Shemal Shah. All right, and it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. All right, and we see that happening now, and it's gonna intensify and get worse. All right, you got millions of people, you know, without jobs. All right, unemployment. The unemployment has increased. More people are unemployed than ever, more than ever. All right, record high. All right, and the economy is crashing. All right, it says because there are few. Wait, I already read this, lucky. And it says and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right, I mean all this mirth and going out to eat, going to the beach, you know, going to parties, going to high school, all that is over with. All right. Now it's time for y'all to go into Jacob's trouble and get destroyed. All right. Wait, make sure I finished it. Okay. All right. And this is just a quick hit, but with a lot of information. All right. It says 2nd Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. All right, and the whole world gonna realize that okay, those were the men of the Lord, the true prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shah the whole time, because they've been saying this was gonna happen years before it even happened. The elder apostles of Great Millstone been saying this years before all this started happening. All right, and it says and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. All right, and the scripture's gonna break itself down, but we don't let our family members, you know, and friends and people of the world that the unfaithful, all right, that don't believe in this truth, all right, of Yahweh Shema Shah. We don't let that get to us, all right. It wasn't meant for them to believe in the truth, all right. The Lord don't want them to get it. And it says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they have profanely committed. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. All right, even the men of the Lord, that died in this, that passed in this truth, all right, and went to the spirit world, they're still, complaining and crying out to the Lord. All right, and it says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. All right, so Esau and these other heathen nations got a lot to pay for. All right, and it says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. All right, because America is modern Egypt. All right. And the Lord is only going to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, it says that all through the scriptures. But you still gonna have bird brain Negroes trying to debate. All right, but it says, verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fall through the blasting and hell with a fearful constellation. All right. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right. Even when you these farms and everything, these farmers, they're losing work. All right, they're getting shut down and everything. They're not producing fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, and meat. All right, which all of that is going to trickle down to the famine of the food. All right, and it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And the modern sword is the guns. And it says, for there shall be a sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, so you're not going to be worrying about, police force and, the laws, the laws of the Constitution of America and all that. You're not going to be worrying about all that. The people out here. All right, the American citizens, they're going to be wilding out, trying to, rape, rob, and murder each other for food, resources and all that, because you're not going to have any. And it says, a man shall desire to go in a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so you can be, trying to uh trying to be like trying to be some savior, some Christian savior in Jacob's trouble, inviting different people and stuff in your house, and they gonna knock you off and take what you got, take your resources, take your property. All right. It's not rocket science. But that was the precepts right there that's centered around this video. But Esau gotta go on and ramble. Let me see.
Cleans up after the other family because she's paying a part of her way, but also doing it in chores.
He ain't talking about nothing right now.
Anybody who comes to stay with us for a long period of time, and I'm talking more than a week, because you come for a week, well, you can get away with it. It's just a vacation, and we're not going to make you get out there and do,
This topic that this Edomite is on is personal to him because I think he said in the beginning video he has a friend that's homeless or something like that. So that's why he's still stuck on the same. Instead of hitting the topics, going into each, the evictions and everything like that, he's steady, talking about,
shovel out the animal manure. That's okay. But you want to stay longer than a week, then we've got to do some choring together, because the only way that we are all going to have a time of any sort of enjoyment is if we get these chores done. Let's do it together. So we have a game plan, a list of things that are required. One of them is no relationship advice while you're in the house. We're not going to ask for it. You're not going to.
Like I said before, it's going to be no understanding. When it's a lack of bread and great tribulation, it's not going to be no understanding. Like Jake said, I hear you. when Jake don't believe something, when Jake don't want to hear what you're saying, I hear you. Them old Jakes, yeah. You think it's gonna go like that, but with that, I want to end it off on giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah by Hashem, Harakak. I want to give double honors to my elder apostles of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the Akim of Great Millstone, pushing his truth throughout the four corners. Abal Babal and Kwam Yashala.